I unfortunately do not have a poem. I'm sorry. The next speaker, Chris Hendricks, provides technology solutions for churches, small businesses, and individuals with a smile. He is a student of many trades, having a love for technology dating back to the Atari 2600. Chris has been developing professionally since 2010 and hacking e-commerce websites since 2005. Chris joined the U.S. Navy after high school, stepping foot on 6 of 7 continents in just under 5 years. After exiting the Navy and returning home to Pensacola, he has been a part of the local IT community. He started 2 internet companies, EssentialOnly.com for emergency preparedness products after Hurricane Ivan ravaged Pensacola, Florida, and recently grafted Vine Radio, an urban Christian hip-hop station. He is also a founding member of Coder Dojo Pensacola. Chris enjoys empowering young and disenfranchised people with technology and entrepreneurship to help equalize the playing field of life. Chris is married with 4 kids and has other personal hobbies and loves such as fast and furious cars with loud booming music, Christian hip-hop and hop-hip, and he wants to be a DJ when he grows up. So if any of you have any upcoming weddings or parties, please give him a call. Chris Hendricks.
No, I do not have a rap today. All right, let's do it. All right, today, good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Hendricks, and you can find me on the social space at chendricks850.com. And I want to talk to you a little bit about hacking the local education system, maybe disrupting the local learning process. So as we get started with that, the first thing I want to show you is something familial. Right, so we're all familiar with this story, The Blind Side. We're going to use it as a model as we talk through a few pieces. But we know Michael Oher's story, right? It was one of disparity, right? His church failed him, his school failed him, his home failed him, his community failed him, right? He was left out, hung out to dry. We're going to put that to the side right now and actually talk about Northwest Florida, right? Mayor Hayward says the ultimate goal is to raise Pensacola's profile and better position our city for the future, right? So we're moving forward into the future. We're not relying on our past anymore. We're no longer the city of 5 flags. We are, the upside of Florida, if you will. We've got baseball here. We've got hockey here. Maybe a little NBA. Maybe in the news I heard Amazon's HQ #2. So with that being said, let's keep it rolling. The one thing we need to talk about is our school grades, right? For whatever reason, the average school grade here in Pensacola is a C. That means we place 50 out of 67 counties in the state of Florida. We're fairly down at the bottom. That's unfortunate. We got to figure out how to figure that out. Norm Ross actually says we're on the uprise, though. We went from a 72% to a 78%, so we're moving forward in a good direction. So with that being said, there's a few things we got to do. We got to consider all the things, right? So we've got to deal with some discrepancies, right? So as we're doing that, we're doing things like charter schools, model schools. We're doing things like Achieve Escambia for elementary school students. And I want you to consider one more thing. I want you to forget all the rules of working within the school district, working within the school system, and I want you to drop everything in production and start over from scratch in production. Right? That's kind of one of our goals. We want to hack the process, right? We're all IT professionals, right? We know we have a shortage of staff here, right? We're trying to develop kids here. So let's just drop it and start over, right? So let's go back to our movie here. Quentin Aaron and Sandra Bullock, right? So we're going to change all the things. Some of you watch for Sandra, right? Some of you watch for the story. But either way, we see the result of hard work from a young man who had nothing to someone who was Super Bowl bound just last year. So with that being said, we still have to deal with the early days of Michael Oher, right? Before Nirvana, before the Super Bowl, right? He had a hard life. He had nothing in front of him, no models, not knowing what to do because no one ever showed him how to do it. So after Leanne, or Sandra Bullock's character, adopted him, she became active in his life and modeling things out, discipling his life, showing him what he should be doing and giving him some models for preparation in the future. She translated her world into his language so he could see how to go and where to get there. All right, next steps. it worked so well that the NCAA had to double check if she was actually doing it for his benefit or just for her alumni's benefit. And that was a hard point. That was a high point in his life, because now he's at the collegiate level. She was so successful with him and getting him to that point. So we in the IT community, we need a game plan in order to make that thing happen, right? To invest in the kids in our community, to help raise the standard that these kids have and the things that they have available to them. So let's get a game plan together with a few hacks. So hack number 1, pick and roll. Avoid the school district altogether. I don't hate the school district, just avoid it. Just go around them altogether. Start with the city council, start with the Escambia County County Commission, and say for every sports facility you put in a STEM robotics facility, right? If I got a Brent baseball field, I want a Brent robotics facility and club. Hack number 2, just go straight to a school. Adopt a school as a company or as an individual and start teaching kids an hour of code a week versus an hour of code a year. Right? Hack number 3. I'm ahead of myself. Good. If you don't want to deal with the school altogether, that's okay. Let's take a bypass and deal with after-school programs. So the way we deal with that is YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, Fricker Community Center, Woodland Heights Community Center, Malcolm Young Community Center. All these are the places that kids go after school. They all have sports, but they don't have robotics, they don't have programming, they don't have IT. Why? Let's build that up. Hack number 4, servers. We need more servers available for our kids to play on. We need servers for the schools, right, to play on. We need servers for the after-school community to play on. And someone should set up some servers just for kids to play on if they got an EDU address so that they can play on and learn how to do these things. Hack number 5, school pay sucks, right? That's okay. Let's embed IT professionals in the school district, and as a community, if we supplement their pay, it'll be more advantageous for them to go into the schools and be able to teach IT in the schools because their pay won't suck so bad. One of the most important things we have to do is we have to come up with a vision as a community. We've got to communicate that vision across to the masses, and we've got to give it to those kids living in East Hill just like we do those kids living in Brownsville. We got to give it to those kids living in Cordova Park just like we give it to those kids in Montclair. And that's a wrap. Thank you very much.